a big gap because I wasn't doing that. So my apologies. Um. Anyways, we're up. Welcome to tonight's episode of Scent of Shadows, the Day Seekers. A story set in the Sword Coast. So, last session, Kaladin and Cole went through the gate at the bottom, like up against like the docks, I want to say. Losing your stomach like a roller coaster, you arrived onto like a courtyard right in front of this massive 5-story building on earth moat floating hundreds of feet over the Sea of Swords. Verwin took up a table and just started studying and looking out. Well, I think you guys had a conversation with one of the patrons there, one of the ladies, and eventually you got yourself in front of. Let me pull up my notes. Never with her. Who was it? Does someone have it written down? Moonstone Mask. Lisette. You tried to get a gig. She asked for a little bit of an audition, which you pumped up. You grabbed the crowd's attention with an upbeat ditty, and then you went complete ballad and like kind of oohed and awed and showed your versatility probably for the first time, earning yourself an opening spot for the band that's playing tomorrow. They're having a bigger party, and they took a swing on you. Well, you guys were doing that. Also, you got a room and the pay, and I think you only paid. Or did you pay for the room, or did she? She gave you like a discount, right? Okay, so you have one room, and I think Kaladin, you fluttered with the idea of getting another one, but eventually you decided not to, right? Um. Uh. Well, you guys were doing that. Carver and Taruk kind of flew off the earth moat and went in opposite directions. Carver went underneath, finding these access points where the chains are like driven down and attached to the cliff and the sea and probably like the hill. One she couldn't get in, she found another one, she popped it open, got in, and found hallways with rooms. First, it was storage rooms, and then as she went up a couple flights of stairs, she got into nicer, uh, kind of. It's kind of like a cavern, because it's subterranean. You're still under, the ground level. She didn't find room 23, but she did find room B3, and the way that the numbers were twisted and nasty, she told you. Sorry. I'm trying to say more than I need to say. So, after she told you, Taruk, you flew up. You saw a couple Griffin riders come in with an entourage. Uh, Up on the top level, this is kind of like Tony Stark's tower, where there is a wide open like landing spot and tables. It's like well lit with lantern lights all over. The vibe is very professional and kind of relaxed and a little bit over the top. You did notice someone on the inside of the fifth story, someone that looked familiar, well dressed, um, person that you. How's your intelligence? Okay, just someone that looked familiar. Since you've been on this plane, you've seen this person, not interacted with him like head on, but you pick out his features. Your perception catches that. Um, so did you do anything else, or were you just staying up flying while the rest of the shenanigans? Uh, Kaladin, where did you leave off after you got the gig? I know that you two were in the main room. Mm-hmm. Roll me, roll me a d20. 16. Um, you're starting to nail. You're like you like the set list that you're coming up. You're pulling out some of more of like the rockabilly, shit that you did at the night in the lad, and you're like, all right, this kind of fit in. With that roll, I'm going to give you a d6 that you can use during your performance tomorrow as you kind of lock down the list and get comfortable practicing it. While this was going, are you going to let Toruk know that you have a room, or are you just going to leave him outside? Yeah, I mean, Toruk. Yeah, but Verowin's just hanging outside right now. Did you guys? You did let him know, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to say with that, Taruk, you get the message. You can fly around to the window rather than trying to walk through this. And there was a window. I'm not going to nitpick trying with that shit. Mm-hmm. You hear like a peck on the glass, Kellen, and as you're finishing up, you're like, yeah, right. And you open the windows, and Taruk. All of this is going on. Cole disguised self slipped down like a employee only curtain stairwell, walking down, following the directions that Carver laid out for him. Making your way to the specific door, and as you like approached it, maybe it wasn't a 23, and you look at it now and you just didn't make that high enough level, like it looks like your vision. All right, how'd you get in the room? I forgot. Or yeah, you started to hear some moving from like this, not really a hidden doorway, but just not where you were investigating. You heard the noise, you scooted out in your maid form, right? And uh you saw this short haircut, like beefed female. Like she's got scars and ripped muscles, and very much a warrior. Um, and at that point, you commanded your familiar. Does he have a name? Send yeah, she send her to sting her. So is it an attack? All right. All right. Well, he like flies down, pulls his tail out, and she just notices it. You can see through his eyes. She kind of feels the wind, anticipates it, steps to the side, reaches out. She is going to use her reaction to try to no. Eight. She misses him. He's flying up. She reaches up. Actually, let's go ahead and do a quick initiative. Yeah. Yeah, she just. Well, you can command your familiar though, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay. It's a what? 16. All right. She rolled 15 plus 2, 17. So you're in this room that has a couple dressers, like a vanity, mirrors, which is what she was going to when you went to. Yep, that's where your familiar is. The swords are on the other side, so she doesn't. She's just gonna try to reach over and grapple. Um, uh, that's a Dexter strength for you. For me, it is just strength, and that is 10, 16. She grabs and pulls him up and throws him up against the closest wall, like a bird or a bat flying in. So she has advantage. A 10 and 11. So that's a 19. Um, what do you get? What's throwing? Just D6s? All right, so Um, 12 points. Throws up. Does does he fade when he dies, or does he have like a real body that? All right, so this is what happens. He comes down to Sting. Is she has the instincts to dodge it. Tries to like punch him or grab him in the heat of the moment. Can't do that. He starts to stand up to fly away. She grapples him, throws him up against the wall, 20 feet away, and poof, you notice your vision go. And just before that, like as he's flying backwards, his eyes looking back, she is charging towards him, which is close to where the door is. So she starts running. It's your turn. What you doing? All right, so you're gonna move away. All right. Um, like as you go around the curve with 30 feet of movement, you can get to that intersection where it goes back down to the storage room or upstairs to the ground level. To her door from where you were? How close did you want to be to it? I'm going to say the max distance would probably be like 20 feet because there was a bend in this hallway. So if you went any further, you wouldn't be able to maintain visual. But still, I don't. All right. You do hear the door open, and you hear footsteps, and just as you like get to the top of the stairs, you can see this just angry woman, completely nude because she just got out of the bath, uh, looks around and heads back. Make a perception check. You make it out of the employee area. What would you like to do? Still in your disguise self? Right. No. I will say as you get to the top, there is a brief second where you could tuck behind like one of the wooden cabinets that hold dishes and pop back in. Um okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you can find a half-used pitcher. there, up there. You shouldn't be here. You as you step out, you see three women in the mask with the beautiful, sleek black dresses. Grab a couple, each of them grab one of the wand torches off the wall. And as you like push out and say you're drunk, they push past you and start heading down in that direction. Um, you do notice a little bit of intensity, as they walk by. Um, you know why, but they lead you. They point you down the first hallway, and um, well, excuse me. Why don't you watch where you're walking? What's your passive perception? Is it just 10? All right. Um, I mean, you perform your way around. Actually, give me a performance roll. I really want you to use one of your skills. I'm trying here. I'll say with that, you don't even get like kickback when you are met with the first employee. They're like, you shouldn't be back here, sir. Here, let me direct you towards the bathroom. They're much more nicer rather than how I played it out with that. Yeah, and you can. Would you like me to send some more to your room? All right, I'm just saying it's only in season for like 30 days, so. Hmm. Uh, did you pay for a room? Uh, I'll give you one for now, and if you need another one, just let one of the ladies know, and we would be gladly. Um, make sure you get your sleep. All right. Turns around. She starts heading off. You make it up to your room where Kaladin and Taruk are. Mm-hmm. Barrel rolling through the window. You see like the like blackened, like beat up eyes of the Crast. You know, out there all day. I know he likes that, but there's a point, all right? Anyways, he he like he started sitting down like in a meditative state. As you get it, he starts drinking it, and about 20 seconds later, the bottle goes down, and the eyes change back. And it's Verowyn. You sure can. All right. Um. First off, the magic is odd. Like, it falls. I think what's disguise like probably enchantment, right? Or illusion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, but but the fuck. What's the word? The glyphs. The way that it's enchanted, the small little symbols on it are like kind of scary, like dark, like the way that they accentuate some of the lines is almost like intimidating. But this is a necklace of disguise, and this particular one will, while wearing it, this roll me a d4. 4 or 2. All right, 4 is a older woman, not like elder, but salt and pepper hair, maybe late 40s, early 50s, and you put it on, and Cole and Taruk, both of you, I would say probably Taruk, you get a little freaked out because last time you saw this, you saw undead, um, but you notice one of the common figures that you saw while we're running through the chasm ward, and when you fought the undead, and you remember when you saw a bunch of like the same people, like it was almost like deja vu. And you picked up, I think, what, 6 or 7 of these. All right, so you're gonna identify each one. All right, roll me a wisdom saving throw, please. I want to bring you guys. I want to bring you guys into it. So each of you roll me 2d4s and tell me the numbers, or all 3 of you roll 2d4s and tell me the numbers, and then I will tell you what you. Yeah, yeah. You had 7. I think you had 7 necklaces. You identified one, so each of you can roll 2d4, and I'll tell you what it is. 3 and 1. So one is like a early 20s. Uh, what what you think a human should look like if you weren't actually a human? It's like, but it's a younger guy. Like it's a little too top heavy. Um, and what was your other one? 4. 1 and 4, Tim? Oh, 3 is an older man. Like you're not putting them on. So you got the young dude and an older man. Daruk, what were your 2 roles? All right, so you got another one of the woman and an old man, Calvin, 2 ones, and you know what that is. So you have those, and the DC's 15. So if you put them on, you know, so you can use them situation, be smart about it. Your wisdom, one sec, was a 4. You get like halfway through identifying them, and you get to one where like you go 20 minutes identifying it ritually, like just kind of lost. You see like the plane when you passed away. You find yourself there for like daydreaming for a second. You can start to see these like souls walking around, and now that you're identifying something from the ethereal plane, you now know that these were originated on the ethereal plane, and you look around, and in a minute, like you've only ever been here when you were unconscious, so it's more like familiar. This is your first time that you've been in this in the present. Way, way off, way off. You can see just the faintest of a blue glow. And you kind of just try to push your mind through that as you're extracting the magic out of here and identifying it. And then Cole like grabs your shoulder, says, "Hey, what's taking so long?" And you snap to. Yeah, you try to like they push through and what was it? I'm going to say that you guys would know that these would work on undead. And with your identify, you know that they were created somewhere on the ethereal plane, which is uh that probably for you guys it doesn't really mean much because you're all fey wanderers or different races from different backgrounds. But Verwin, mhm, did you bring up the blue light? Mm. At this point, Kaladin, you belch from all of the drinks that you've had, and unlike previously where it was like that cinnamon kind of fire burn, this one hint of black licorice, and it gives you like your mind links to that. And yeah, it's that very yep, very. Very I, not that this is what we should be talking about because I know what we should be talking about. Hold on. Can I see one of those? He grabs it, starts looking around. Mm. Uh, someone roll me a d20 for Verwin, please. I we get to this after what I saw. And while you guys were doing your thing, whatever that may be, and I really don't necessarily want to know the details of what you guys were doing. Um, tomorrow they're having a party, and based on the conversation that was going on when I was outside just listening, while you guys did what you did, I think Potter's. I think it's for Potter. I, ju- I just want to say this is not a place that we can just burn up. I don't mean it like that. I mean it like he's here. He's here. I heard one of the richer the fat guy. Actually, I think I saw. Was it Cole that went over and talked to the large kind of slicked back like older noble that was had the little lady on his leg. He was talking about it, and it I couldn't grab all the details. but Frostgrave, Frostgrave. They kept saying it's the party for Frostgrave. Or someone I don't think out of character. I don't think you guys have had an encounter directly with Potter. You saw him in Thornhold, but you were sitting. What's your insight? What's just your okay? I would say that the sneak mission was real close. All right, but you, I would imagine you would always maintain that you weren't caught or anything, you know, like. And with that, with a 5, I'm going to say that you asked him questions, but you would believe that there's no reason for him to think like question you. It would be more if you had a conversation with him again, that he'd be like, oh my god, this guy again. Yeah, kind of like that. Yes, Taruk. Really? Well, that's just great. All right. Why? Try it now. Audio output. Ah, god damn it. All right. Totally my fault. I started before we went streaming. I was using my computer speakers, and I never switched it back to my headset. So I really need to write a checklist before we start. Anyways,
good now.
So you guys have all gotten back to the room. Verwin climbs through. Well, not Verwin. Crash barrels through the window. Angry, drinks a whole bottle of it. Verwin comes to, pukes.
A whole bottle.
So maybe there's something that we can all do during this performance to see where he goes, because I don't think we know where he goes.
And no, we don't know where he's at. We don't know.
I think someone trained in tracking and stealthy acrobatics would be perfect for that mission. I look at Taruk and Verwin like,
that's you guys.
I mean, I'm not quite stealthy.
I've found in my new armor, I'm very much not stealthy.
And
when you sound like a pocket full of change, I think that kind of changes things a little bit.
You sound like actually sounds like bones rattling, but yes.
So, who would you want me to track down again? I maybe spaced out a bit there.
We're trying to find Potter. The guy
party. Presumably, he would be easy to find at his own party, but
what about the scrying eye? Kaladin, have we used that today?
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. What?
I'm not. I used it.
When did you use it? Paladin, just take it out.
27 deception. I used it.
I think I know that's bullshit.
You know that's bullshit. I used
Here,
it.
what you would know is that would be Kaladin's answer, regardless if he used it or not, because he.
What Cole will know is Kaladin thinks he lost it and
Yeah,
is trying
because
to play
Kaladin
it
has
off.
Because Cole has it. So.
Is trying to play it off like he's just already used it.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
What?
Remind me.
I need D20 rolls from each of you. I want to maybe drop some lore with Verwin first, but I don't know if you know.
I got a natural 20.
Okay.
I got a 15.
All right. And Taruk, actually, you probably don't even need to roll because he trusts you. Promise me that you won't just go blow this place up.
I am insulted. Beautiful establishment.
I'm gonna blow the roof off this place.
Yes, you
But
are.
in a different way.
Musically speaking.
Yes.
Paladin, I have. Listen, Verwin, I have no reason to harm innocent individuals that live here, are spending time here. I wouldn't just light a place on fire. Please.
I mean, if you know, one feathered friend presumably found Potter, you wouldn't, per se, throw a fireball in his general direction.
So, no, I wouldn't do that.
Also, is our goal to just straight up murder Potter? Is that like?
That's a 19 on deception.
All right. To Kaladin, Verwin.
19 on insight.
I want to talk to this guy because I know we know he's high up in the Crimson Lotus, but he's not
Agreed.
the main guy.
He's a source
No,
of
what's his
information.
name? We do know the main guy though.
We can move up the food chain here to stop the whole organization. I mean, that's the end goal, right?
I'm completely in agreement. We need to know what's going on and what they're doing. We have an idea what they might be doing, but we need to know what they're doing with our genetic materials.
So, just to clear things out here, goal is get Potter, talk to him. Ideally, we're taking down the whole Crimson Lotus, because fuck them. So we want to get to Tavern Greyhall, who's the seer, who's like their guy.
He's the visionary, is how the doc kind of, in his dying moments talked about him.
So,
I mean, if that's all of your goal, I'm supportive in that. I'm curious what they're doing with us. I'm not sure I'm up for taking down an entire criminal organization, but
I think at least
no fuckery here, though, right? Can we agree?
I can't fuck that. I actually can say that I promised someone else that there would definitely be fucker. But I'm not going to burn the place down.
He's here. He's here now. They talked about that. Did you see the Griffins come in a couple hours ago?
No, I saw them.
no.
Supposedly, he was part of that. Big party.
What do we know about Potter personally? Anything? We know
he's the taxi, so he's good at
he's married,
moving.
correct? You said that he had a woman with him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Carver and Kaladin can confirm that.
Is that was his wife?
She hates him, from what I can tell.
Possibility of that.
Something to do there, maybe.
I would gather with the people that you have killed in the Crimson Lotus and the information that you have sought out, Potter's probably the equivalent of like a lieutenant as far as rank structure. He knows a lot of the probably knows a lot of the integral parts and how it works and why it works and stands by it, but he's also a very prominent, well-dressed, wealthy man, a wizard of sorts that you guys have seen. And yeah, you know that he is called the Taxi. And did you guys?
Which means he's a flight risk.
He has some sort of specialization in.
And you guys would know that from the last time that you encountered him in Thornhold, when he kind of bounced early.
We want to find out where he is tonight.
Well,
I think before 30, correct?
Well, if he's here already,
I'm just
do you have
there.
visual confirmation that he's in the building? Fair.
I didn't see him. I can't say that. All I did is, ever since we got here, I've been sitting out at the stone table in the yard and just listening to everybody.
Cole rolls his eyes. Paladin, can you hand me a platinum?
platinum. I can give you 10 from the party fund.
And at this, you hear a knock on your door.
Oh, jeez.
Put the bag away.
Hi. I just looked at those two. Hi.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
So you go like on the other side of the bed. Verwin makes himself. You open. Who opens
I'll
the
use
door?
Minor illusion and just make a box over. Verwin.
Perfect.
I disguise self back into like bedroom dressed Cole. Like
Mhm.
like the big billowy pants and pointy slippers and like an open vest robe where like my chest is showing.
I take off my hat, ruffle my hair, and unbutton my shirt. No.
The only thing that doesn't change is that my gold bracers are still on.
A lady of the Moonstone stands in front of you. Blonde hair that goes almost down to like the top of her bosom. The sleek black dress. She has this wand that has like that orange flicker, like a lantern at the end of it, and her mask on. She goes, "Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Is your stay comfortable? Can we do anything else for you?" And you can see that she's looking like past you guys.
It's been quite lovely.
Yes, we're
Okay.
doing quite fine. Enjoying some fire wine before going over our notes for the performance tomorrow.
Oh, brilliant! I will leave you alone then. Just looks
Kind of
around.
Like, as she's like tries looking past me, I'm sort of like following where
Trying to
she's
catch her eye
going.
line.
Yeah.
Everybody make a perception check.
Oh, so bad at these.
Here,
24.
24. I'm rolling poor for Verwin. Someone roll so I don't feel bad that he's failing.
I got it.
because...
I rolled a 2 for Verwin.
I actually rolled a little bit better. What was yours, Taruk?
13.
13. Kaladin, like you hear as she like ends this and like kind of pulls back. If do you guys need anything? Are you comfortable? Any
Could I get just an extra pillow? The big head. It's
I just look at Kaladin like, what the fuck are you doing?
Absolutely.
Like, I just like, give him like a look.
I will send someone up with a pillow very soon. Yes.
I do have a question for you, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
The performance that we're opening for, that my dear friend Paladin is opening for. Is there, what kind of party is it? Is there a dress an attire?
Is there some sort of vibe I should try and fit better? Yeah.
Birthday, anniversary?
There's an individual that is being honored by our Lord, Lord Neverember, tomorrow, as he has helped a lot with the castle rebuilding, and so it's
Lord Never Ever be here?
uh, I believe so, as far as I know. Yeah.
Um, okay, so a philanthropic
Yeah.
person.
Let me give you one piece of advice. Don't show up the actual band. All right? I've seen it before.
Who's playing? Would I know them?
Oh, it is someone that I have to come up with a really cool name for, but it is like a national touring artist. You probably, when she says the name, you have been in a carriage going down the streets of Waterdeep and driven past a theater that had like a sign out front, you know.
It's
So
the
Never
Elvish
Embers.
it's it's
Elvish
very
Presley.
recognizable name.
Elvish Presley.
But that's just my piece. And you know what? If you want to do that, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you that if you want to play here again, the best piece of advice I can give you is do solid, but don't put down the main. Don't overdo the main act, because that's not what they want, and they will blacklist you. And let me tell you, the owners here, they have reach throughout this. They are members of the Lord's Alliance, Tavern Guild, and Performers Guild, so they can make it very challenging. All right, so just do good.
Thank you for the advice.
I've heard of them. Callan, you've heard of Alchemical Romance, right?
Yeah,
I love alchemical romance.
Alchemical Romance is great.
Do you remember the room number that you guys got?
Yeah, it's 412.
412. So, Kaladin, with your 24 perception check, as she like ends the conversation politely, turns around and you start to pull the door closed. You hear like a little whisper from her. 412. All good. Little weird, but all good. Oh, and we need a pillow. And she walks across the hall, and you hear her knock on
Callan,
that.
do you remember when we saw Alchemical Romance?
I was really drunk, so.
But you don't remember? It's the Fae Fighters came out before that.
Oh yeah, I was trying to remember.
Oh boy!
And then that next night, Kurt Cobain came out.
Okay, and with that note, we are going to go ahead and go to break, and we will be back.
And then we saw Sprawl Out Boy.
We will be back in 10 or 15 minutes for the second half of tonight's session.
Remember, and then that week before was
really good for DMs. All right, here we go.
So,
Bringing it back. Is there anything else you guys want to do? Talk about?
Oh, my.
okay.
I'm gonna say that when we get into the actual part of this show, like next time we play with Verwin and Carver being here, I am gonna let you do a little bit of a kickback. So if you don't want to spend a ton of time making that kind of thing, we can do it at the beginning of next session. But
Well,
I wanted you guys to know that because I rolled for Verwin last session and he rolled really good on the couple checks that I did. And the spellcasters, I figured this would at least, give you a little insight so you weren't handcuffed completely. So,
I'm gonna roll my eyes and. Alright. I need to go to the restroom. No, you know what? No, fuck it. I'll just pull out the strad. Alright, hold on.
Oh,
You dropped it. I found it. I'm gonna hold on to it so you don't lose it again.
are you doing another deception check?
15.
20.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, you know I'm bullshitting you.
Yeah, okay. I think I'll take it back once you're done. Thanks for picking it up, though, for sure.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm going to scry on Potter Frostgrave.
Ooh. Well, I can't use the normal die. This is huge. I actually
I'll
have this
inspire you
character.
too while you're just sitting there. So you got this, dude. It feels so hard.
Oh, fuck. I still have an inspiration.
No, they only last 10 minutes.
No,
What did
meant
I
from
say?
him.
Did that have a fixed DC or what?
I think it was 16, right?
No, it's whatever your DC is.
All right.
Oh,
So then
15.
we'll think about when you're scrying. You have to spend 30 minutes doing it. If it's going off your DC, you need to attune to it before you can use it. All right. So just here on out for
That's a process.
yeah. Hold on. Let me pull up D&D Beyond because I have a character for this. D.
Dude, just think about that time we saw Cardi B Holder.
It's borderline. What's your DC?
Oh, 15.
15. And
Oh,
wisdom?
My wisdom?
Is it
It's a wisdom save. Yeah.
or charisma?
Wisdom.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
You eyes white to the rest of you as Kolick just not floats off the ground, but this is probably the only time that you see him completely non-chaos, non-ADHD, almost peaceful as he's sitting focused. You float, not to the rest of you, but in your vision, you lift straight up, like you go through the floor, almost like Ghost, and you go up another one. So wait, you guys were third or fourth? You were fourth. So down then, because I'm stupid. So you float down to the second floor. This large room with a big earth. Same side of the hallway that your room is on. Roll me a perception check.
Natural 20.
Oof.
420.
I wish I could do voices. You see Potter a little dressed down. By that I mean the cape that you saw in Thornhold and the hat, all the decorative parts that he puts on to show that power, that influence are off. However, he still looks completely like a fucking dickhead and color coded in like this royal blue, a little bit of yellow, and this gray and white. He has like a pattern that he goes to, and it's almost, I don't know, kind of annoying. You see in this room, Lisette, that you talked to get the show. You see, I believe her name was Senia. More in like a professional part. You know of that relationship, but Potter's wife is in the room, and it seems like they're playing it off as you like come in, being more professional. Yes.
And I may have been mistaken before, so I'm just clarifying. Potter and Zinnia? I thought it was the Never dude.
Potter? Oh yeah. Right. My bad.
Okay. I'm fine with that. I just want to make sure I'm clear on it.
I get confused because there's a fucking love triangle that you guys are seeing. Dude, where Xenia and Potter, or not Potter, Xenia and Lord Neverember are together on the face. However, perfect. Xenia is in love or has a relationship with the big fighter that you went in the room. You saw that in that. So I'm not going to go word for word, but I'm going to tell you, you hear everything. And Xenia is speaking to Potter, assuring him that Lord Neverember is going to be there, that this is going to be everything that it should be. Like, buffing him up, like pumping the ego, letting him know that Lord Neverember is rolling out the carpets. Lisette brings up that they even added an opening act to kind of make this event bigger, and he doesn't really care about that. You see, with your natural 20, you focus, and you how long does this last? Does Scrying Eye have
Here, hold on. I can look. I have the spell.
And if it doesn't say
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Alright.
Or casting time is 10 minutes, and then concentration up to 10 minutes.
I would say that you will get the max out of this. So in the beginning, the first couple minutes is the employees and almost nobles of Neverwinter assuring him that this is going to be huge and it's going to be perfect and everything is, we have all the food. They're assuring him that it's going to be great, right? And about halfway through, he's like, all right, I'm done. I need my rest. I need to prepare. He's very 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with his priority kind of guy. So as they walk away, and this is where that natural 20, like, usually it fizzles out in your experience. You lose the connection, but this is solid. This is the clearest in this moment. And his partner says something, and he's not an asshole. He acknowledges her question and says a solution, which immediately calms her down. And she lays down, and for the last 2 minutes, you see him sit down at this beautiful, beautiful table, with this bay window that has one of the casement windows swung out and a stick like put in, locked out with that sea breeze coming by. You see him pull out his spell book and start flipping through his spell book, and you understand the spells because you've heard of them or you know some of them. Then he like flips to a page and you hear that phrase, and as he flips the page, it like not glitters, but then as he flips it, it shifts, and there's a map of Faerun, and he pushes one spot on it. Make a history check for me.
Oh shit.
That's +0, but it's a 16.
16. Close to where you grew up, right? Was north, or did
I grew up in Greenest,
Greenest? All right, which Greenest?
which is on the Sword Coast along the whatever that road is, the King's Road or whatever.
The high road?
I think.
All right. You don't know a lot about the town, but you do recognize the name of the town. That he clicked, Amphail.
And fail.
Amphail. You don't really know any details. You've probably never been there because you wouldn't. It's not a town that you would naturally go to.
No.
And the writing starts moving. And he picks up his pen and he says, "The ceremony is tomorrow. I feel like we have Lord Neverember under our wing. There is unease in an undead way here, but I don't think that it will complicate any of our plans. If anything, we possibly could use this to our advantage. I know that you said that you would not be here, but I believe if you showed up tomorrow, that might be the thing that pushes us where we have full grasp, full manipulation of the Lord. Trouble is, been quiet. I have brought up here, and now I'm gonna drop some names that you guys haven't heard yet. So if you want to write, he says, I have brought in Izzy and Latvis is got a crew that is due in first thing tomorrow morning.
You say that again?
Is it in? Izzy and Latvis. And you know this dude is a high and powerful wizard, and I'm going to say that you would understand that you probably gathered these names have ties to the Crimson Lotus, because why would he name anything else? And the last sentence is just, please, come. We are safe here. It would definitely seal our contract. This could be the next location. There's tons of fresh blood. And as he's writing this, you're reading, like kind of over third person over the shoulder. As he's writing the word, he goes to the next, the word before fades. Like this is some magic part of his spell book. And he dots it and he puts his pen, his quill down, and he sits back. You see him pour a drink, probably the fire, because it's hot. Sits around for another minute or two. You feel the connection starting, like your time's running out. And then you see script coming back on that page. And he stands up. Or not stands up, but kind of sits in his chair, corrects his posture, pulls the book close. Hold on. Lieutenant Frostgrave. I think that I can, if it's safe, I can make it there. But it will be in and out. I am not taking your traditional horse and carriage. I will be popping into the teleportation room. And I only want a meeting with Lord Neverember. I do not want to be out in public. I am not ready to reveal this to everybody yet. Kind of getting that boss from the back door reluctancy. After the sun sets, meet me in his room. Or let's just make this simple and say we'll meet in Potter's room. That's that ends. Potter goes to close the book, looks through his spells again, tabs a couple that he might want for tomorrow, puts the book down, sits back.
Do I see a few that he tabs for tomorrow?
Yeah, you know what? With a natural 20, hold on. Dimension door, teleportation circle are two easy ones. Come on. Let me find his character sheet so I can not bullshit and then have to try to figure. All right. No. Everything seems to be reactionary or defensive.
Yeah, I imagine I'm not getting the whole thing. I'm just looking to see what a lot of defensive spells, teleportations. All right, cool.
But you get that conversation, and then you're like,
I hand the scrying eye to the paladin.
Thank you.
You hear footsteps going down the hallway, like past your door and heading towards the next staircase that goes up to the 5th floor with the open air thing.
I will mage hand the door locked.
All right.
Everyone? Taruk, can you be my 6? Kaladin, just stay here. Don't do anything. I'm gonna start floating into the air as I use my bonus action to fly.
Okay.
Wait, what happened? What did you see?
Tell you when I get back. I don't have a lot of time.
Wait,
Taruk,
where are
watch
you
my
going?
stick, and I'm gonna fly out for it.
No.
Stay. And I
I don't want to.
All right.
I
Hoping-
look up. Where are you going?
I have some recon I need to do very quickly before I lose my mark.
Can I come?
No,
I-
stay.
I fly out the window.
I animate the bed sheet and
You
I grab
motherfucker,
it,
stay.
and it flies out the window, and I start following him.
Okay, don't follow me. I'm gonna message him. Don't follow me. Stick to the rooftops.
What is going on?
Just wait.
I'm like grabbing onto this. You're muted, Andy. I'm like holding this
Follow-
bed sheet, trying to like.
Please, just follow Farouk and don't be suspicious. I'm going to point in the general direction of the hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to message Xenia.
Okay.
Your range is only 120 feet.
I'm hoping that I'm within range. I'm not getting very far from the hotel.
Uh.
I will fly around and keep doing it until I can find like where she is.
Okay. I say as you like fly around, like you come up to the fifth floor, you fly up a little bit. There's like that kind of castle parapets
Yep.
around it. You pull up and you can see there's still people outside, you know, dining and drinking away. And you look and they have like this huge, beautiful storefront window with a door with indoor dining on the fifth floor. You look in there and you can see Xenia and the large woman that you briefly saw earlier in this evening.
I'm going to message her,
Okay.
and I'm going to say, "Good evening. Good evening. If you don't want Lord Neverember to know about your little affair..."
This one doesn't have a word limit.
Oh, does it?
You just have to keep casting.
Oh, okay. I just keep casting it as many times as I can. If you don't want Lord Neverember to know about your little tryst with that very muscular lady, meet me, and I'm going to. I don't actually know personally. Tim doesn't know, but I'm going to mention that alley that is several hundred feet away from. It's out of the way and hidden. Best I can do. I've been in enough of the alleys, I feel like, at this point to be able to point one out. I want you to meet me in this alley. Alone,
A Tarmaloon trade house would be a good point outside of this.
near the Tarmaloon station. Alone. Don't bring your girlfriend. Or Lord Neverember will know all about you and her. I'm not going to harm you, but I would like to talk. Think we can help each other. You may respond to this message.
Colin goes, "Oh fuck, my pillow!" And I'm gonna fly back and make sure I'm there to get my pillow.
Muted
You're
again.
still muted.
Just knocking at the door like they've been knocking ever since you left.
I fly in the window and I open it. I'm like, "Oh, sorry, thank you."
You hear? You would not be the one responsible for the breaking and entering into my friend's room, would you? Why? I guess, why are you the one that gets to make demands to me? If you want to talk, show your face. I am comfortable in my situation.
I will message back.
Okay.
No, if you're comfortable, please stay where you are. I will gladly show this Is it a photograph or is it a drawing? What is it?
It's more like just an artistic.
I will gladly show this lovely drawing of you and her together. It's a little never with Ember. You can sit right there. That's fine.
You see her slam her fist, and the lady that you saw earlier that you tried to sting, kind of like notice that she starts to realize that something's happening. Xenia stands up and starts walking towards the storefront with her head on a fucking swivel, like scanning every.
I'm trying to stay like down and underneath, like
Right.
away from prying eyes.
I don't know who you think you are, but I can guarantee you, you are messing with the wrong lady. Do you think that you could tell my fiance and have him trust you more than me? It's laughable. Please do if you choose. But you don't want to be on the wrong side of me. You don't want to be on the wrong side of me. Let's see here. Hold on 1 second before you rebuttal.
That's all right.
Can you see my text?
I'm gonna say the courtyard on the 5th floor for the moxie and makeup of this ritzy hotel is probably like 70 feet long and 30 feet wide. Like, it's pretty big, and it's got a spot for griffin riders or eagle. You know, it can entertain a little bit of those. And the room inside is a little bit smaller than the courtyard, like 1/3 and 2/3. She comes to the door, and you see her like push through and look out. Do you have dark vision?
Oh yeah.
Roll me an insight.
I'm a shadow sorcerer, maybe.
Oh yeah. Roll me an insight.
17 plus 3, so 18, 19, 20. Dirty's right.
She walks out. She looks rattled, and you see her like peering around, but she doesn't see you. You're flying, tucked in. You can peek. I'm not gonna even make you roll stealth because you're burning spells for it. So,
Cole's like, just for visual, Cole is flying upside down and like walking on the bottom of this.
maybe, just maybe, you hear as she sends a message to you. Like, you know when you're in an argument with a woman and you think the conversation's ended and then they remember something and they like,
Yeah.
all right, so it's kind of like that. And maybe, just maybe you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you're confused. Maybe, just maybe, you're on the wrong side of this. If you would like to meet, that can be me. But it will be on my word, on my choice. This is not something that you just demand of me. And you can see like her voice, like, well, it hits points of like frustration. After she gets talking, she gets a little calm and it's soothing, and she just starts rolling off the tongue. I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me.
Oh, sure. Oh,
You're inspired.
you're right. I am. Let's just see if I do better. Ooh, that's tough. Much better. Thank you, sir. 23 with my +7.
Or be that way. I don't have time for this. And
I'm gonna message her back real quick
Uh-huh.
before she walks away. I ain't done with this. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think this was on your terms? Did you think that I spoke for myself? No. I speak for my master, Eleazar. And he would have you speak to me on my terms. If you would not like your entire world destroyed, death would be a welcome friend in compared to what he would have in store for you. But, thankfully, you are useful. And you can use that use to save your life from, well, I think you know what he's capable of. Like I said, in the alley. In an hour. And I'll just cut it. Like, you muted.
When she ended her line and you passed that charisma saving throw, she kind of like just turned around and started walking back towards the indoor part. And as you bring up Eleazar, it's like that moment in the movie where she grabs the door and opens it and hears the drop, closes it. With your insight from before, you can see a different type of her perceiving now. Like sweating a little bit, like the head's twitching just a little bit faster rather than looking confidently like she did in the beginning. That pact was fulfilled a long time ago. Hey, I don't know who you are, but dealing with him, it's dangerous. However, it's nice to know that he has a new puppet to do his work for him. You want to meet? I'll meet you. But not tonight. I have plans. Tomorrow morning, before the ceremony. Let's say 10 o'clock. Go into the Termaloon Trade House. Find Wilhelm. Tell him you were there for Azul. And then we can meet. He will lead you to me. I'm done with this parlay for the evening.
I'm going to send him one more last message. I have one last question.
Mm-hmm.
How am I to know that you're not just walking me into a fallacy? How am I to trust you? But in response, how are you to trust me?
Oh,
I'll leave you with this. I'll leave you with this. Beware your friend Puff. His motives are nefarious. I'll see you in the morning. And then I'll be done with that.
she takes more than a few seconds before you leave. The visual, she straightens herself up, walks in, sits down. You see several of the women workers with the masks and the black dresses standing by their table, like almost like guards, you know. But go back to your room.
Yeah, I'll message Taruk. All right, I'm done here. I'm heading back.
Taruk, you were out flying too, right?
Yeah.
All right, give me a perception check. You're watching this sick, so there's other shit that you could possibly.
I get back to the room and I go, Callan, do you understand why I didn't ask you to come now?
So I rolled a nat 20 for a 23.
Oh. It's not your eyes. It's your nose. Familiar. Nasty. Evil scent. Catching. You're looking around left and right. You can see Cole, like, up there doing his thing, and you're like, hey, yeah, he's fine. Flying down a little bit around the base. You see the far sides of the docks. It's angered. That smell. There's only one thing it can be. What's your range on your favorite enemies? There's got to be, right? Isn't there a range to them, DMs?
Depends on if he's using the new Ranger thing or the old Ranger thing. 'Cause the new one is just like a damage boost.
Oh no, I'm thinking like the old school one where you could focus and,
Yeah, right.
within...
I've never really done that, so I don't know.
That doesn't tell me on the website.
It should be in
Alright.
features and traits.
Yeah, it's not telling me.
You probably have the new one.
Do you have dark vision?
I do not.
Okay. So I will say that this is more of a, you smell something in the air, like just that one scent that you will never forget. You lost a friend to this smell. But you look around and you are flying blind. You just see the rooms that have, fires or torches going, and you can see a little bit of the city, lit up, but it is dark now. It is late at night. But something is off. And this isn't like the undead when you came. This is more specific. Way more specific. And probably the first time since you've been here that you have gotten this much of that. And you're going back to the room. You fly back to the room. Kaladin's got his set ready. Verwin is in meditation. Carver is still not there.
When you come back in, you would see that Cole is getting his brass pot together, and he is re-summoning his familiar.
You say, Andy,
But
were you
for
thinking of...
the-
Sorry, I thought you were done. Good.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was just saying, I'm going to re-summon Cinder
Mm-hmm.
as a cat.
Ooh. All right.
Want an imp?
As
Black
a
cat.
You say, Andy, were you thinking of primeval awareness, where you can spend a minute?
Yeah, what level is that?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he
It's
was.
a third level ability, but then you can sense the presence of the following types of creatures within a mile of you.
Mm. Yeah. Is that like a burn a spell slot?
Yeah, you use your action and expend one ranger spell slot.
You get the sense that the actual smell. Do you want to burn one of your spell slots to try to pinpoint this?
It doesn't reveal their location or how many, but just if they're within a mile.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, sure, why not?
All right. There's at least 2 guests within your range. One is really, really close. Like,
Okay.
I just feel like that would put you a little bit more on
edge.
Yeah. Defensive.
Yeah.
It's confirmed. And
Right.
as you all go back, you have your familiar sender is back. Yes? Anything else you would like to do?
Yeah, just one thing, since I haven't done it yet today, and I tend to do it every day, is I would like to just go into my genie's vessel.
Okay.
Mm.
It's warm.
So you guys just see not Kaladin. I'm Cole, you're Kaladin. Cole wrapped in purple smoke, and then he just goes into his ring. I kind of brush off myself. I bring that gnarled staff with me to keep in there.
All right. You do notice that your chest that you had in there for storage shrank a little bit.
I'll open it up.
Not huge, like not like large to medium, but a couple inches.
Okay, I want to kind of check that out. I want to move my gnarled staff to my ruby ring. Yeah. Nobody else is there.
Elazar is, but preoccupied in a book, and doesn't even acknowledge your presence as you come in.
I'll walk over to the chest and open it up.
You're like a little chuckle in the room, like just warms up. You can deal with heat, but
yeah. All right. Can I fit the gnarled staff in the chest?
yeah, I mean it's
There's
still
a
a
goblin,
magical
right?
chest, you know.
Yeah. Okay. I put it in there with my leather armor and that emblem with blood that I can't remember where I got from.
Mhm.
All right. All I wanted. I hope your book is a good read.
Oh. The fire crackle ambience kind of music that is in this chamber gets a little bit louder. Yeah, it's about this person that that was lost and almost died and begged and wished and pleaded to live, and someone answered his call, and as he gained friendship and learned from this person that saved him, he gained power, and then he lost his way, like, and that's where I'm at right now. I feel like it's about to get really good, and hey, you know, you're always stepping in here. Check in tomorrow. Maybe I have read more. I can update you on how it goes. Just sits back and, you know, imposing, you know, not that you're necessarily intimidated by him in that way, but still there is, yeah.
I would argue that he is. I would argue that he is. Well, I hope this next chapter doesn't disappoint then.
Me either. Just like other people that I have. You know.
Excuse me?
No. Oh, you're fine. I know you have to get back. You only come here to store things and take a rest so you can heal up. So I don't want to take up your time.
I have at least 10 minutes. You said other people? What other people?
You've seen the list. You know who I've helped in the past, and you especially know who I'm helping now. So, Alistar, don't lose your way. I don't want to have to be that guy when it comes to our arrangement.
When it comes to our arrangement, your way is the only. And I'll give like a slight, not sarcastic bow, but not a fully like committed bow. Your goals are only the only thing I seek to. Kind of annoyed.
Yeah, looks at you, like glares as you say that. Good luck.
I won't need it. And I leave.
And with that, all of you, no one else has anything to do before you fall asleep, we will go ahead and end tonight's session as you get your long rest. And we'll pick up as you wake up in the morning on the morning of the celebration for Potter Frostgrave and this huge ceremony. So I guess we're going to do Chaos Chronicles Saturday, so tune in. It's been a while. We'll have a big narrative thing. Hopefully I can write something down and, read it properly. But tune in with us, and the schedule is back on track. Diaries next Tuesday and Dorithian Divide the following weekend. We look forward to fucking hanging out with you guys, so peace.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, hit your notification bell on the web pages that you follow us, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all have the notification feature, and that'll let